Okay, in this next video, what I want to explain is how to use the IR remote and get the codes. You'll notice that I have all the codes listed up here. Right? You can pause the video and do this, but don't do this right now. I just want to show you how I got these numbers. It's not magic. There's some stuff I had to do. So the first thing you want to do is you want to type this in, include irremote.h. This is a library that allows you to use the remote. Okay, just skip this stuff for now. Just ignore this for now. Don't worry about that. The most important part of this code here is you want to do this. Constant receive pin is 6, so that means that the pin that I'm receiving the signal on is going to be 6. That's this pin right here, okay? Really important to understand that. IR receive pin. This creates an object. This is a C++ thing. It creates an object called IR receive. And it's calling it, you could call it, anything you want here. You could call it remote. This is just called IRR CIV. And where is it going to be receiving the signal? Well, it's going to be receiving the signal in whatever the receive pin was. And what's the receive pin? Well, it's right here. The receive pin is 6, okay? So you could change this name to anything you want. It's just the name of the object. It's the name of the object that's capturing the signals. We just call it IR receive, right? Because that's the easy way of doing it. Now, the way this thing works is the IR receive stores the results in a property called an object called decode results. It just stores it there automatically. It's how the library works. So we'll explain what that means in a minute. So the most important thing is this. If IR receive.decode and results. So what this means is this. If all this is saying is if you received a signal. If you received a signal, what should we do? We are going to print out the values as hex. So if you look up here, OX, that means hexadecimal. So we're going to print out the values as hexadecimal numbers. We could explain what hexadecimal numbers are. And then you're going to say serial.println power. Let's see here. Let's see. This we don't need right now. We're going to get rid of all that. And I don't think we need the power. That power was a variable from here. So it'll just print out like powers here. Should print out that. But we don't need to do that. So this is the only thing you need to do. You say, I received, this just means, did you receive a signal? If you received a signal, you're going to say results.value. So it automatically just stores it in results. This is saying just store it in results. And then print out the value as a hex. And then IR receive.resume. So this is weird. Whenever this object, this receiver received a signal, it actually turns itself off until you turn it back on. So it doesn't receive multiple signals. It's really strange. It's how it works. And then you delay. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So if I hit the serial monitor, you see if I hit 3, I'm getting FD48B7. All right, let's hit 7. Okay, let me just stop this. So this was 7, FD18E7. See, that's where that number comes from. And what was FD48B7? That was 3. So what I did was, you guys don't have to do this. You can just copy this, right? What I did was basically made a list. I clicked each one. I made a list. And then after I made my list, I just wrote them down and put them here, right? So that's how I got them all. See, I'll show you again. Let's say I hit play. That's FD805. So if we go to play here, FDA80, yep, same. So this value, FDA05F, FDA05F, they're the same. So that's all that means. So again, just to recap what I did in this video, you make the object up. So you make a pin. You don't have to say const. You can just call it ints. Const just means you can't change it. You make an IR receive object and you make a decode results object. Okay, that's all you do. Then you say if you received a signal. This is just saying, looks weird, But all you're saying is, did you receive a signal? IR receive.decode end results. It's just decoding the results, right? If the results come back as, it'll come back as true or false if it received or didn't. And then you're just printing out the results, the value in hex. You don't have to print out in hex. Check this out. You could print out in decimal. See, that's the decimal value. Heck, I could print it out in binary if I want. Check that out. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to write down that huge number, right? That's like 3 bytes, I think. Let's see, how many bits is that? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a 3 byte number. That's 3 bytes. You don't want to store. You don't want to have to remember 3 bytes worth or 24 bits worth of data. That's too much. So that's why we do hex. Hex makes our answer nice and small. Hex is even smaller than decimal because it's base 16, so it's even a smaller number. So that's why we use hex for that. All right, so I hope you got something out of this video. You understand how IR receive works. In the next video, what we'll do is we'll start to put in a code, and then we'll write it to our shift register. That part's a little tricky, but we'll do that next.